heroes had taken a small respite in town after the mysterious reincarnation of Raphael saved them from the rubble below. While Krakow went to research, planning ahead for what may come, Lump, disguised as Sal, took the opportunity to experience the lost wonders of life on the surface. A life with other people. Raphael himself ruminated over his own reincarnation and what it could mean, while Tulok's night was filled with terrible nightmares, legions of undead storming Otari under the baleful glow of the gauntlet. They then gathered again at Rin's, where Lump revealed their true self to the Star Reader, and Ruff met his old friend anew. And the heroes of Otari, each distinct, all pressed against the same odds, ready to re-embark on their quest.
What is up, listeners? You sick freaks?
Nobody insults our listener better than Scoot.
Seriously.
Welcome back to Stemming the Motherfucking Tide. Episode 103.
God, language. This is a family podcast. God.
Scotty in the zoo and the fuckboy in the morning.
All right, if it's a family podcast, let's get wholesome with it. Y'all, we're talking about action figures and toys. I was reminiscing the other day because I was talking about Lego, because actually I've been building some adult Lego lately, and it's super fun.
Just Lego dicks.
Yeah.
Let go of the dicks. No masturbation on the podcast. We talked about this.
They got all sorts of fun shit these days, but I'm talking old school. So I just want to kick it to you guys to let me know, what was your favorite toy or action figure as a kid, and any standout moments that you just remember from your childhood playing with toys?
I got you.
Yeah, I know James has got a lot for this one.
Yeah, I'm just going to put on a pot of coffee while James goes for a while.
Yeah, he just, listeners, you can't see this, but he just kind of like reshuffled himself in his chair and really is getting ready for it. So
Got himself primed. Yeah, he's got to get into the right position.
Well, I do have to get in the right position, but that's
The
for
exposition
recording. So my volume stays consistent. Otherwise, I'll lean away from the mic and like an asshole. So before we started recording this, I was just playing with a couple of Transformers because I always have a Transformer on my desk because they're better fidget cubes than like an actual fidget toy.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I need something to do with my hands, like that, I get that autism, OCD, ADD kind of creep. I just need something to do with my hands, pretty much all the time. So I like Transformers for that reason. I've got a G1 Starscream and a G1 Soundwave on my desk. But I've always been a huge fan of the genre, the adventure genre. Even as a kid, like I got really into the Indiana Jones movies, that kind of thing. So I played with a shit ton of G.I. Joes, as I'm sure you're all aware. But very rarely were they like firefights, because I've never been, like, I enjoy action movies and stuff like that, but I've never been a gun person. I don't get them. I don't like them. So a lot of the G.I. Joe battles that my toys had were like adventure, very reminiscent of the early Sunbow series, like like a Rise Serpentor or Rise. There's not as much firefighting in that as you might expect. But one time, I cut a hole in the screen of my window so I could lower Alpine out on a piece of dental floss to my back door where my parents would see him. And they thought that would be amazing. And I got torn to shreds from my father for cutting a hole in my window screen.
Oh no.
Fair. Fair.
And this was your favorite memory of?
No, it's just a fun one.
Okay.
I was so proud of myself that I was able to lower a G.I. Joe from one story to another on a piece of dental floss. I don't know why, but I just
amazing.
it's a very, very vivid memory. But I did build a lot of Lego when I was a kid. Less so now because I don't know what to do with it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely a Transformers kid too. Well, I guess Beast Wars came out around when I was the right age to be
Beast
getting all
Wars
those.
was a big one for me. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, had a badass Scorponok and a badass what was the Rhinox, the Triceratops
Rhinox.
called? Rhinox. Yeah. I had those two were my big ones.
I think the Triceratops was sludge.
Okay. But I had a toy that I got for Christmas from like a childhood babysitter one time, and it was like an inappropriately aged Hellraiser, not Hellrider.
That was a roller coaster.
It was.
Yeah, the motorcycle driving flaming skull guy.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, thank you.
That's the one.
God, I got there eventually. Yeah, I got
Nicolas
a Ghost
Cage.
Rider action figure. Well, this was like well before the movies or anything. So I was like 7 or something, and I got this action figure of a guy in a leather jacket with like a flaming skull head, and his chest would like burst open, and this scary like, flaming rib cage would fly out. It was fucking awesome, and that was my favorite toy, but my parents hated it. But they couldn't like take it away from me because it was some like kindly old woman that bought it for me. He was like, "Oh, he'll like this because it's an action figure." But yeah, but that was my fondest memory, I guess.
Yeah, I've got a Beast Wars one as well. I was sending you a picture actually right now. I remember having this toy in particular, and it was the character's name was Scourge, and I would just transform that thing over and over all the time. I don't know what kind of bug he's supposed to be.
He is a
I literally pulled up the Transformers wiki, and it doesn't seem to specify, but it does start with
like
the
a
words.
ZZ Fly or
It does start with the words "Scourge is psychotic. Scourge specializes in biowarfare. Scourge is butt ugly." Enough said. That's the start of the article.
I think Scourge is a cricket. So there's 3 of them.
Oh, yeah?
In Insecticons. There's Scourge. There's
Yeah, I see Trendskeeto, Insecticon, Retrax.
no.
Power
So
Pinch?
what you're looking at specifically are the Beast Wars Insecticons. These are reimagining. So when they ran out of toys to make for the show, in the second season they introduced what are called Fusors, and it's like 2 Beast Wars fused together. That's where we get characters like Scorponok, or not Scorponok, Quickstrike, and Silverbolt. But after that, they introduced what are called Transmetals. So by this time, they'd run out of toys.
Yeah.
And these were transmetal versions of G1 Transformers. Though if I'm being real, I think the Insecticons were actually G2 Transformers.
Okay.
But
While you were deep in the lore, I found out that he's a locust.
Locust, yeah. So he's a cricket or a grasshopper.
Thank you, Doug.
But yeah, it was Shrapnel and Bombshell are the other 2.
There was a Star Wars toy that I loved. It was a Swoop Trooper. This one in particular as well. I guess so. That's you. And I played with that thing so much. Just I don't know.
What the fuck is that guy? What
Yeah, I know.
He's like the kite man of.
He came with like. He came with a this swoop bike, this like floating bike thing. You can see it there. Yeah, and it just had a little, like,
he must be
missile
from
fired off.
Coruscant.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't remember the lore on them, but I just remember having him and playing with him so much.
For the audio listeners, he looks like a Kenner Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really
it's
does.
like the speeder
78
bikes they
filter.
use in Return of the Jedi, but it's more like a hot rod style speeder bike. Like, you know,
Like you could pick up chicks.
I did have I can't find the picture of it, but I did have what I believe was a sort of variation of Cobra Commander, and one of these little G.I. Joe guys. but I've never been able to find a picture of the version that I had.
What did the face look like?
It was like it was a helmet. It was a helmet, full on helmet, full face mask of some kind.
Did it kind of look like a scuba mask, or was it like a full?
No, it wasn't like a scuba mask, and it was definitely blue, but like a darker blue, from what I recall. But I didn't know much about G.I. Joe when I had it, so I used it for all kinds of different things. But the most particularly, I remember I renamed and nicknamed him my torture test G.I. Joe, and subjected the toy to several atrocious things, such as
Oh Jesus!
spanning him over the top of a tin like peach can and lighting a fire underneath him, and then like just
Cut the
watch
mic.
him drop into it and melt. And I almost burnt my house down. my sister had to come running into the other room with a bottle of water and like put it out because I put too much shit in there to light on fire. She's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I did something similar with a Megatron from Reboot, and it was a badass Megatron, but he ended up with no jaw. It looked really weird.
Amazing. No, it's none of those, James. Sorry. It was like, those look old. Like it was newer. It was a much newer toy than this, but definitely 90s.
It was like a Cobra Colonel or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
like that.
Yeah,
I just remember being told
it would have been a
Cobra
Cobra
Commander, but I don't
Viper
remember.
from Deke.
Cobra Lieutenant.
Oh, maybe.
Cam?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I had Leonardo, and it had these shitty little like pleather plasticky straps on the back that I broke almost immediately because even as a child I was mutantly strong. And yeah, that was like the only toy I really had. Most of my play was go outside. There's a fucking ditch out there. Like, go have fun.
It's not going to play with itself.
What's this needle? Yeah. Whew. But yeah, childhood, like, yeah, I don't have that many like great memories of childhood. So I'm sorry, I'm a bummer here.
Okay, so I'm with you, Cam, where I had a ton of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff. So above and beyond the Lego, I had a bunch of G.I. Joes, but I had some sick G.I. Joe stuff. I had this thing called a Cheapskate, which was like a little skateboard thing that Raphael would ride around, which was super cool. And then I also had Raphael in space and a bunch of other ones. And then I had the bunny character, but he was a samurai. So I was just super big into that. And I would mix toys and have like them fighting the G.I. Joes. And I had a sick G.I. Joe tank that I would make like basically trench warfare in my backyard and dig up around this tree. So that was pretty tight. All right. And speaking about getting back in the action, speaking about action figures, why don't we be some figures of action? And let's just jump back into make-believe.
That was a little plastic.
That was pretty bad, guys. I'm sorry.
Absolutely
It was
atrocious.
rigid.
No.
Well,
Speaking of
you're
having
welcome,
something in
listeners.
our kung fu grip,
I thought you did a good job, Scott.
Thank you. I'll take it. Hero
But
point.
then James does regularly tell us he sets the bar low for you. So,
He's not in those messages.
oh shit. All right.
well, you had to find out somehow, and it might as well be on air.
Actually, you know what? Just really quickly, it's fucking funny. My coworker today brought up Hero Quest, which is like D&D Light from back in the day. And I just said to him, I'm like, yeah, it was really sweet because it's a game that I could actually play by myself. And he just looked at me and he's like, Joe, fucking sad that sounds. And I was like, I'm like, well, I kind of meant like, you know, you can't hang out with your friends all the time. But then I was like, yeah, you right.
When it comes to video games, I do tend to prefer to play by myself. Like I don't want to play most
yeah.
multiplayer games. So I get it.
It was a board game.
But this we played together. You have just
In the abomination vaults.
had a few moments with Rin Fast forward the clock a few hours as you were going through all the motions of retelling the stories that have happened. It's now late evening. Do you want to rest again and kind of recover more and just sort of get yourselves ready to go back in? Or are you going to wait a little bit longer, as you suggested, in order to get Lump's shield one more day even? Tell me what you want to do.
So I think with the knowledge that Rin has kind of given to them, which was there's no definitive yes or no should they go back, contemplating this, Tulok is thinking that it is okay to stay in town another day. His anxiety is running high. His head hurts. He is ready to go back. But I just think that in this case, he wants to talk to Longsaddle. It's late at night, so perhaps the morning, and they could be... I think it kind of made Tulok think that they can be a help here, and they can be a help in there. So maybe it isn't so bad to reconnect with the people here and wait another evening. So I think Tulok will turn to the group and say, perhaps we'll talk to Longsaddle in the morning about defenses, reinforcements, and perhaps building the town back together. But I think that I will spend the evening, as I was once used to, researching in the Dawnflower. What do you think you will do with your time? Open question.
I will make camp near the graveyard where you found me. That way I have eyes on both in case things escalate.
I will attend with Raphael in the graveyard, if it is okay with him.
Of course, Sal, you are most welcome.
And I'll join you in the library, Master Tulok. I must do some research on flesh warping.
Thank you, Crocker.
And Lump will kind of look over at hearing researching flesh warping, but not say anything.
Okay,
Break.
we bid you good night. If anything comes to happen, Raphael, I know you will find us.
Look to the skies.
Okay, I will look for your signal. And him and Krucka will walk to the Dawnflower.
All right.
It's good to have a study buddy.
Gonna go do some research. All right. So it's late at night. Are you gonna research long into the night? Is that the plan?
I think so.
You kind of did sleep all day, so
Yeah.
Let's get some checks in. You're gunning for flesh warping again there, Krucka. What are you gonna research?
I don't know. On a scale of 1 to 100, what are the odds that one of these books are in Braille?
Infernal Braille specifically?
Probably. Yeah, but that's probably not too
There was
common
an
in that
extremely
library.
low
now.
chance in this library for there being an infernal book at all, let alone an infernal Braille one.
I mean, canonically, it's in the 4A logos. They've got a very big section, according to Freeman.
I'm just thinking for like an occultism check, I'm kind of just spinning my wheels on those with a +1. But like we can't research Nimbleoth here because all of those checks were in the level 3 library, if I'm not mistaken.
And we're done Belcora. What
yeah,
about
you still
Devils?
you still have Will-O-Wisps to research if you want. You still have Nimbleoth, and you do have flesh warping. Though you are beyond the flesh warping labs at this point. I will say there isn't much for you to gain, other than like maybe you'll encounter more flesh warps, and maybe you can find out something about the specific ones, but you don't know what ones they are. And then most of it's just going to be, general lore about the practice.
Okay, Will-O-Wisp would be good. We still got that Void Glutton fucker to deal with.
Truth.
Is that a wisp?
It is the Void Glutton. Yeah, it's a wisp.
Hero point.
I am gonna roll just for fun. I'm gonna roll a D100. If it lands on a 69, I'll allow an Infernal Braille book to have been shoved in the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll this publicly real quick.
Nice.
Ready? And go. 48. No.
Oh, just it's 69, so it's like an infernal skin rag.
Yeah.
That term is just.
Just awful. Just awful.
Is there Nimbleoth or because they're outside?
Outer Gods?
Yeah. Now they're just called fiends instead of outsider.
Oh shit!
Well, what did you want for that Will-O-Wisp?
Will-O-Wisp research is a sweet religion check.
Oh, that's more in my wheelhouse. It's a sweet 29.
Yuppity doo-dah. That'll work.
Is it religion?
For
Actually,
fiends, yes.
I don't think it should be, actually, now that you say that. Because I had occultism. Hold on. I got it. There's I have two different ones here by mistake for Will-O-Wisps. I'm pretty sure it should be occultism. And let me just double check. Yes, it should be. It should
So
be, not religion.
if we look at our research topics in the journal entries, regional lore is covered. It's just the level 3 library that we have left.
Yeah, you'd have to go check the library in the Gauntlet at this point. Yeah.
Okay. I guess at this point, Kruk is just going to be checking out tits in the ornithology section.
That's a real good bird.
Man, that one's got a nice beak. Oh boy.
Oh, look at that plumage.
Oh, the blue foot's on that booby.
Oh boy!
And that gets a blooper reel.
It's just that's never not funny.
Less diversion.
I kind of want to tie this back in. Like, is Krugga actually into birds? Like, is this a real thing that you're doing? Because there's a bird from the first world that looks like a hummingbird that is not particularly related, but I'm sure at this point you've heard first world tossed around a little bit in regards to Raphael. So I don't know if you want to go down that road, but the Harmonia is that bird specifically, or the Harmona.
Harmona, yeah.
Sure. Let's make it canon. He is in there researching the Harmona.
Maybe he
Why
just like ran up against a wall in his other research and just kind of picked up a book, and it's that.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, honestly, there's not much else for him to do in there if it's occultism checks, because, yeah.
Roll a nature check.
2 on the die for a 14.
Oh boy!
Not gonna do it.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm also just double checking the other topics here, and you've actually pretty much exhausted all of your in-town resources for research on these topics.
We could do Nimbleoth, but it's only via the Whispering Reeds.
Yeah, you have to research the book itself, or you can go back down to the Gauntlet library.
okay, sounds great. So, while that kind of puts a stop to that, maybe just real quick, as they're running into a lot of walls here, they're trying to find books, can't really find anything. Tulok and Krukka are just looking around, and Tulok just turns to Krukka and says, Krukka, it's so strange that we've never really gotten to know each other, both having been in Otari and you outside of Otari for some time. Where are your people?
I don't have people. I woke up here, and this is all I've known. But it's not that I'm a stranger to this place, or you're a stranger to me. I prefer my quiet and my books. They seem to have more permanence in my life than much else.
It's just very interesting now that I'm reflecting on Raphael waking up here. You really remember nothing.
I remember some. I remember waves, and I remember screaming, but it's all a distant memory to me now. The writing is permanent in these books, and that's more than those kind of memories. I mean, a wise poet once said, "A rolling stone gathers no moss."
I understand. Sometimes, even with people, life can be hard. There's something to be said about being a lone wolf. I understand. And he kind of continues looking through the books. And I guess we can kind of close out there for us.
Yeah, you find you're not gonna, because this library is not stocked with information on such.
This library fucking
strange and dark
sucks
things.
now, man.
It's got something, but not a lot. It's more a temple to the Dawnflower. It's more, a place of definitely a place of learning and but also a place of worship. And so you continue into the morning, perhaps, and maybe napping a little bit along the way. Is there anything you want to do the next day?
Well, I was just gonna kick it over to those guys because I think Tulok will wander back to, if they split ways, Kraka back to his hut and Tulok back to his caravan. I assume.
I think I recall Cam saying that Lump would want to kind of sell some stuff and wait for the shields. Do they go about doing that business right away, or?
Yeah, they go about doing that business right away, and they also just start looking through all the wares in the market. And I have a cool little feat called Prescient Consumable. So now that I've had access to this market, I can now, at a whim, pull out something up to half of my level as a consumable to use in any fights that we may come up. So if we find out something along the way, I can just and have that in my pack.
Cool. That's fun.
Oh shit, that's like a Blades in the Dark inventory.
Yeah.
I was just
There's
thinking
a couple
that.
feats that do it. It's really cool. Was it Prescient Planner and Prescient something else?
Yep.
Yeah.
Consumable.
Yeah. Really cool. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, you get to know the vibe of the market, and you realize that it's not just the market that sells things as you start to talk to people. Despite Magilloy's recent and sad demise, the Crow's Cask still has a plethora of potions available and stuff if you need as well. And there are various things you can get from the blacksmith or the garrison and whatnot.
Yeah. So since we are waiting, I'm also going to sell my old shield.
Mm-hmm.
So if something happens tonight, I'm fucked. But until then, who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. So do you just spend the rest of the day sort of chilling and kind of taking some moments for yourself, I guess?
Yep. And in the night, camping out with Raphael under the stars in the graveyard.
Is it filled with conversation, do you think? Or do you think it's a lot of silence and little tidbits?
I think it's mostly silence. At least I do. Lump would definitely have the posture of being open to conversation, but just met Raphael, and it wasn't under the same circumstances. Actually, I guess it kind of was. Raphael kind of rescued Lump, so Lump might have a few questions, but would also read the room of, does Raphael want to talk or not? And if not, just be content quietly sitting there.
I think for the night, Raphael's pretty content just, sitting by the fire, each of them taking their watch. Because by the time we get back, if we left Arin's at 10, we wouldn't get back to this campsite till like 10:30. At that point, he'd probably just lay out his bedrolls, light a fire, and then negotiate who's doing what watch, and then go from there.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I imagine what little few conversations you have, there's still those long pauses as Ruff searches for the response, and so that probably slows you down from prying too much because, it's maybe it also, even if it isn't, might feel like you're, asking something that's cumbersome every time you ask a question. You might get that feeling. So we'll skip on to the next day, and this is the literally the only time you have spent like more than a night in town. This is crazy. So we're basically moving 48 hours to the future from when you got to town last. And I've got it here early morning, and it's early morning that the deliveries from Absalom arrive. And your shield is here, Lump.
Woo. Lump immediately puts in a new order for a resilient rune for their armor.
Hold the phone. Otari. What level is the resilient rune? 8th level? Oh, so it's probably above Otari's level, eh?
It is.
Okay.
Atari's 4, I think.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
That's why I was like, there's no way they have this.
Yeah, because the garrison's what usually handles runes, actually. And I think it's up to level 5 items for the garrison, or 4. But yeah, okay, you placed the order. Good to know.
Yep.
In 2 days' time. Minus 1 extra gold for the expediting.
Noted. And then Lump shrugging on the new shield, putting their arm through the straps and tightening it down to make sure it's the way they like it. We'll look to the rest of the comrades, and I'm ready if you are.
I don't think Raphael accompanied you back in. I think he's probably waiting at the branching path by the Stone Ring Pond, just so he can continue to keep an eye on the Gauntlet and the graveyard.
Okay. I mean, worst case scenario, like Lump just gets to the meeting point there and says the same thing.
Okay, and then so just on the way out of town, say they were meeting at the crossroads, Tulok stops by the garrison and will ask after Longsaddle.
And he's in there kind of instructing some of the guards for their duties for the day and going through the roster and stuff. And once he finishes that business, he comes up to you from behind the front desk. Can I help you, Tulok?
Yes. Clearly, you're aware that the Gauntlet is shining again.
Well, I have eyes, don't I?
Indeed. I just came to let you know that we have been in town for some time, and we'll be going back into the Gauntlet today, down to the Abomination Vaults. I am wary to leave now that we've spent some time here, because we don't know how long until anything comes from the light or how it will affect the town again. Is there anything you need of us? Are your provisions, your barricades, your fortifications strong?
They're as strong as they can be in the time we've had. I understand your concern, but this is not your only burden. Or your burden alone, rather. I know you want to be here, but remember that, and you are pivotal, you and your heroes. You were pivotal in the first attack, but no one knew it was coming, and it was fortuitous that you saw it. But now we are ready, if not fully ready, we're more ready. We know it can happen again, and we will meet it on better, more sure footing. So keep that in mind. What do I need from you? I don't need you muling here around the town, worried that we ain't doing our job. I need you down there, making sure this doesn't happen as many times as it can. And maybe it happens again soon. Or maybe you stop it. But when you stop it, you do it down there and you do it permanently. And we'll do what we have to here. Understood?
Tulok nods. We stand with Otari.
And Otari stands strong.
Until all are one.
And Tulok nods again and is sufficiently pleased with that. Heads back out and to the crossroads.
You head to the crossroads of the northern part of the town. Everyone kind of meets up, and as you do, you can see you could hear the noise, or even from that distance at the Giant's Wheel. You can see barricades rolling down the trails and roads from there, being laid out to be kind of like strapped together and put in the right position and along the cliff. And you could see that it's the town is well at work and not taking this lightly. I'm sure it doesn't alleviate all of the anxiety, but you have your job and they have theirs. And that's what Longsaddle was getting at.
Tulok feels like the last 2 days he's been completely helpless. So he is ready to move back. And as he joins his friends at the crossroads, he takes them all in and says, "We are ready to go down. I don't know what happened to Azori, but we must move forward. We must stick together. We must not lose each other down there. Come, let's see what work we can do before the light shines again."
Take comfort for your friend, Sage Tulok. If Izori lives, we will find her. And if she has slipped away, know that she has been found by the Lady of the Graves. There is peace in that. Trust me.
Lump clanks their shiny new shield against their breastplate in acknowledgement.
There's a crudely drawn symbol of Laswell and like a crayon in the front.
It would be the last breath, but okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And pastel.
It's like crudely drawn, like sort of like animated cloud. You're like, it's the last breath. We're like, you sure it's not a fart? It looks like a fart to me, Lump.
Krucka, when you have a moment, if you could help me make this look a little better. But right now, let's keep it moving.
Lump turns to walk, and the one boot just goes. Oh no.
Krucka, hastily putting away his finger paints, follows along.
Raphael fully extends his arm, locks his elbow and his wrist and his shoulder together in a streamline, and his longsword just explodes out of the sleeve of his robes.
Nice.
Boom.
Oh, spring loaded.
Oh, I do something similar. And Lump just reaches into their arm.
Just-
Fleshy sounds. It's not as pretty as yours. I'm sorry.
And as you all head back down into the Gauntlet, you're going to the prison level, to the devils to use the pendant? Question mark?
Yep.
Or are we going to murk that void glutton on the way down?
Oh, we should absolutely murk that void glutton on the way down.
Yeah, I probably should have studied will-o-wisps. I got lost in the sauce on that one.
There was nothing left for will-o-wisps in
Oh,
Otari.
okay.
Yeah, you got to go to the Gauntlet Library, yeah. Do you want to do that then instead? You want to go there?
Tulok's the only living member of the party who knows that it's even there. So it's kind of on Scott to make that call.
Krukka was VIP in that fight.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Close the door.
Yeah, maybe as they start to get there, I'll say, wait, Tulok, we left something unfinished here. Remember that will-o-wisp that tried to kill us. I locked the door behind us. Maybe we should see if it's still there.
Fuck, now I'm torn because I'm just like...
It hasn't bothered you in a long, long time.
And with the goddamn light being on.
Can you explain more about this will-o-wisp?
There was something about it. It reached out from the void. In darkness. I don't know. Maybe we should continue down to the devils. It may have a better chance of us stopping the light. I don't know what we can get from this glutton. And also, I'm not ready because I don't have anything that can remove the magical darkness that befuddled us before. Krukka, I believe that you are right that we should come back for this, but let's move down. Down deeper for now.
Yes. I can prepare spells to deal with darkness another time.
As much as I don't like leaving an enemy at our back, I will concede if you don't feel bright enough, we can continue.
By
you,
no
Krukka.
means the first time you've left an enemy at your back, so...
Okay, down. pendants.
Okay.
As they're heading into the gauntlet, Raphael pulls out a wand and casts Tailwind on himself, heightened a second.
All right.
Oh.
Just makes his tail wag extra fast.
It kind of does.
It's
Kinda
already
does.
wagging. It's like just double speed. There might be this sense of exciting adventure that overcomes Raphael.
It's possible.
Maybe, but could be daunted, could be anxious, but like also, yeah, eager.
For the listeners, Tailwind at heightened to second level is an 8-hour duration and a 10-foot status bonus to speed. So he go fast.
Tight.
He go fast.
Well, to the pendant door.
All right, so you make your way down to the prison level 7, which you have, as far as you know, only one space left to explore. This giant, ominous door with a giant pentagram on it that's glowing infernal red, and you have these 5 fragments of the pendant. Lump, you have them all in your creepy arm, right?
Yeah. And so as they approach, Lump will look back at the crew. Kruka, I believe that Erevian is a devil, and most of them have a weakness to silver. If I may see your axe.
And he will hand it over.
Lump carefully takes the axe, sitting down, cross-legged, with it across, and reaches into their pouch, having thought of this ahead of time, and pulls out Silver Sheen,
How prescient
cracking
of you.
it over the butcher. I'm sorry?
How prescient of you.
How prescient of me, cracking the Silver Sheen over the axe, watching it glow as the rivulets of mercurial silver pass over it before solidifying into it. I believe this will help, and passes it back to Kruka.
And he is just kind of struck by how shiny it is and kind of, in awe, checking it over, looking himself in the reflection.
Raphael will take the detect magic exploration activity at 3rd rank, so he can learn the rank or level of the most powerful magical effects that he detects.
Okay. For the record, Silver Sheen has been renamed in the remaster to Silver Salve, in case it matters.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. I was just trying to find it, and I couldn't, and I realized, oh, they must have renamed it.
Silver Sheen has been renamed to Silver Estevez.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you detect pretty intense magic all around you, Ruff. Like, even just this whole area is like sort of illuminated by lights you can't see. Not even the torches in the walls really illuminated as much as it is, or they wouldn't. The door itself appears to be extremely magical. You detect that wall of force to the north on the way down, like, is intensely powerful magic.
I would like to establish now that if I don't state an exploration activity when we're in exploration mode, he will be using detect magic.
Tulok will avoid notice and pulls the die, which has been recharged from his pouch.
And Kruka will be scouting.
Lump will pull away the muscle of their arm, reaching in to pull out the pendants, setting them gently on the ground before moving them into position to create the pentagram. The south point, and then the rest of it, putting together each piece carefully to make sure it fits all together before standing, raising their shield, and presenting it to the wall.
All right. And approaching the wall with this pendant sort of reconfigured, you see like this outline of the pentagram and along the edges of the top, and where there might normally be a seam in the middle where it's like double doors, they sort of like spark with the fire like you would have seen when you opened the doors in this place. Like the whole sort of frame just whoosh for a quick, kind of flame would happen. It just sort of waves over all of these seams of these parts of the door, but the door doesn't seem to move or change. You just see this flash.
Is there any check that I could roll or we could roll to figure out if it's been unlocked or not?
Roll me a religion.
Okay. Blind religion check. Coming right up.
Yeah, you get the feeling that there is a strange illusory element to it. It appears as though you would guess you are now permitted to pass. You just need to approach and step through.
Lump will turn, holding up a hand. Krucka, if I may touch you.
Always.
And cast heroism. Raphael, if I may help you as well.
He assents.
Take another heroism.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
And then Lump, with a moment of trepidation, but then boldly passes to press open the doors.
And right before he goes, in that moment of trepidation, Tulok utters under his breath to him until the last breath.
Lump will take a deep breath and put boot to door.
You boot through the door and your foot just passes through it and you kind of stumble forward.
Oh God.
Awkwardly into this room, this like kind of hollowed out cavern that is not made of the usual worked stone. It's like a large chamber of natural stone that runs a bit to the south and definitely to the north. And there are lit braziers that cast shadows all along the walls in here, and there's a sort of sinister feeling to the light. You can see to the north as you step through that there is possibly some bookshelves and a sturdy desk, but immediately in front of you, you see a Barbazu, one of the bearded devils, and a Zebub. The Barbazu just like pulls his glaive up, readied, and the Zebub like recoils a bit in surprise. And then you just hear a voice coming from the north. Friends, weapons away. Step in. I am truly happy to see you've arrived.
Lump does not put away their weapon. Lump brandishes it, and unless Tulok or somebody tells them not to, is ready to start crumping heads.
Yep.
Yep. Crux, careful. I fear he may not actually be our friend.
Oh, very intuitive. I got the same feeling as well.
And Tulok does nothing to stop Lump for whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But you don't have a line of sight on who has said this right now. So do you step further in? The others are at the ready, but they're not charging. You know, the devils in front of you. They're definitely not coming at you. They seem to be waiting for a command.
Krucka will step forward holding the axe.
Okay, and you can kind of, you're starting to catch a glimpse of a couple of other people to the north, and one of them is stepping out from behind a desk and kind of sauntering towards you a little bit, but not getting too close and not coming at you too fast. And he looks like this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Why is he so jacked?
It's like if the devil was a
He's supposed to be
librarian.
a contract nerd.
He is like rugged. You notice right away, he's ruggedly handsome.
Is that a monocle?
Yeah, just a cheeky, fiendish monocle on him.
These massive curling horns that like swoop down to the bottom of his back and up again. And there's scrolls and parchment all around him that are curling up and down and moving all over the place as he kind of steps forward in this like kind of robe around his tied around his waist and over his shoulders a bit, almost like a toga, I guess.
Kind of looks like Jafar when he was a genie.
A little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, no, for real. I'm actually so happy you are here. Please stand down, you two. And he points at the Barbazu. Let them pass. And the Barbazu like sets his glaive down, like leans it against the wall. He kind of folds his arms. I doubt they are arrogant enough to fight us here. I am Eurevian Phistophilis, and contracted agent of Belcora, but I assure you I am no enemy of yours.
Tell your men to fall back.
Yes, of course. Zebub, see to your task. And Zebub just like starts like buzzing around and kind of goes up above your heads a bit, like really wary of your weapons, and flies out through.
No, Tulok stops. I said fall back towards you.
Oh, please. The Zebub means you no harm. It is a cretinous little creature. We all know that.
I'd like to roll sense motive
Yeah, go for it.
on all of this.
Yeah,
Here's a secret
hell yeah.
perception check.
Yeah.
If I rolled below a 8, I'd like to hero point.
You did.
Okay, then I will reroll using a hero point.
You rolled very high. Yeah, he is serious. He is dead serious. He has no desire to attack you. You're sure of it. Like it's like it probably just like deflates you a bit because you were so ready for a fight, and you're like, this is not what I was expecting at all. And this guy wants to talk. And the Zebub is like zipping by. It was like scared of you. It was like, nah. And you can detect that like that thing doesn't want anything to do with you. It's terrified. In fact, you catch a glimpse. It wouldn't be Lump. Actually, it wouldn't be Lump. Everyone else roll me a perception check. Oh, no, sorry. Krucka and Tulok roll me a perception check.
28.
It's the same Zebub that escaped you in the room of the two Zebubs in the Barbazu on the floor above that like went to go tell the master like a coward.
And Krucka just gives it a look of recognition and starts to like
And it's like
grip his axe a little further.
it's absolutely terrified of you. Come. Listen, I know you are powerful creatures. I would see you to your task. You wish to vanquish the Mistress Belcora, do you not? Put an end to her murderous spirit, the threat she poses to mortal life, etc., etc. I think that we could perhaps broker a deal, one that benefits both of us greatly and with a minimum cost of precious lives lost.
Oh, it's immediately fight down.
Tulok steps into the room and sees this creature. And I see on the map another creature. What is that?
Yeah, there's another creature. Never mind the crazy magic on this artwork in this, but there's like this woman with these weird infernal eyes, like reading, like penning stuff into a book, the whole time, just like writing, barely even noticing that you're there.
Is that the same woman that was the ghost of the woman that was binding those books?
No, you don't recognize this one.
Raphael will stand up straighter than he normally does. That Shuni hunch is gone.
There's a whole extra centimeter in his height.
Well, it actually seems a little bit larger. Like he's using
Okay.
the full force of the Shaika to actually seem almost like a medium creature sized.
Okay.
And using his newfound confidence from this heroism spell, he will stride 15 feet forward, closer to the contract devil. And using his empathy incarnate, he will make a request. Tell us of this deal. We are aware of your tactics, and some of us are not bound by trivial things such as mortality. Understand to who you speak. But we are ready with open hearts, open minds.
Young creature with the mark of Pharasma on his face. I understand what you say more than you seem to recognize. You should know better. You should know that I also do not fear a mortal existence, because I do not have one. This is not about bravery. It is not about putting on airs. It is about a deal, as is everything. What do I want? I need something that is contracted with Belcora, something she was supposed to deliver to me, but has failed to do so, and thus my contract continues, frivolously, annoyingly. It still stands, you see, and I would see it end. And I need a third party to do it. You are said third party, and I have been watching you. You have not dealt the blow you think you have to my forces. There are always more to conscript. Otherwise, I would have plenty here to stop you. But that is not my goal. My goal is to leave this place. I just need you to bring me the prize I was promised. That is all.
What is it you seek?
A soul. A single soul. The soul of the last living Rajani.
Carmen is dead.
Is he? Well, that makes things a little more complicated, but it's not overcomable. We can still figure it out. If we just take a different method, and I can help you achieve it.
We may be able to scoop up little bits of his soul and put them in a jar.
Tulok also just realizes that they have left that prisoner for like days and days and days and days and days and days. It
hasn't been days and days.
Well, it's been 48 hours at least.
At least, yeah. yeah.
There is nothing to come from this unless you are willing to sign somebody's soul to hell. We must fight them.
Oh, come now.
I am not willing to stand party. No, and you will not come now, me. I have been down here. I have served you and your ilk. I will not be party to it again. And Lump goes to bash the Barbazu.
Okay. It's like, stay your friend's hand, servant of Pharasma. That soul is already damned. Do not press this forward if you can help it. Straight to Raphael.
You are wise. And you speak the truth. But you ask for me to go against the Lady of the Graves and pluck a soul from the river.
Indeed I do, one that is known for many crimes indeed. Care to list them? He says over his shoulder to the woman behind him. And she said, proven crimes include arson, abuse of power, blackmail, destruction of property, vandalism, theft, cheating, lying, murder. Murder. You hear that? Murder. Amongst many others.
Who?
Carmen Rajani. He is doomed to the hells.
Who did he
I
murder?
would see it expedited. Does it matter? It's
Yes.
proven. It is true. An innocent. Someone who didn't deserve it. That is how murder is defined.
I said who.
I understand you do not dislike me and this situation. Why would you protect someone who is, by all accounts, according to your morals, an evil person?
Purple magic begins to
Already doomed.
swirl around the hands of Tulok, and he says, who?
All right, we're rolling for initiative, aren't we?
Yep.
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 Very well.
It is not for us to judge the worth of a soul.
I'm not about to let Freeman talk for 10 minutes and waste my hero.
I just wanted to know who it was before we kill this motherfucker.
All right, we're rolling for initiative. Here we go. Oh boy. This is gonna be dusty. This is gonna be crazy. Let's see what we got. Initiative for Krucka, please.
23.
Oh, baby. Tulak?
26.
Lump?
Lump, with all their bravado, still only rolled a 4 for a 16.
Okay. I have you down here as a 20. Should I change that?
I said a 20. Yeah, a 4 for, 4 plus 16 for 20.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raphael?
So, is the enemy an aberration, fey, mutant, or undead?
No, none of those.
Is the enemy from a plane other than the material plane?
Yes.
Do we consider this a wilderness region?
I'm going with no.
21.
Okay. Beginning of the encounter. Tulak. Okay, for the listeners, Kruka and Lump have stepped into the room, but barely at all. They are directly facing the Barbazu with Lump behind Kruka. Tulak and Raphael have entered the room much further, stepping forward into the north. And it's a very narrow kind of, cavern that's got lots of nooks and crannies. So it's like kind of at most 15 feet across. And narrows down to like a 5-foot entrance towards this office that's to the north. And just to the north of Ruff, 10 feet to the north, is Eurevian. And behind him is the Hellbound Attorney, is the name of the creature. Let's get started with that visual. Tulak, what do you got?
Is there enough room to put a large creature directly behind this other creature?
The Hellbound Attorney?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I think there is.
Tulak will spend all 3 actions raising a skeletal giant.
Okay. Tulak's murder box. What level is this creature?
Level
Level
3.
Boom. Like right onto this like rug that looks like a ritual circle of some kind. This skeletal giant just pops out from under the rug. The rug's just like stuck to its horns. It's like trying to shake it off. And this thing just pops up from the other side. And it gets to strike right away, I think.
Okay, so skeletal giant appears and it will lash out with its glaive.
Okay. At the Hellbound Attorney.
At the Hellbound Attorney.
So silly.
A 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is going to be for 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And it will attack with its horns for the next attack. That is going to be, with the map, a 20 to hit.
That's a miss.
All right, and it lashes out with his horns but misses. And that is Tulak's turn. He is in the open.
Not a terrible start, but still looking dangerous. It is Eurevian's turn. Who is going to start to cast. He says, very well. If a deal will not be struck with you, it will be struck with others who are more willing to accept rewards for menial tasks. Great rewards, infernal rewards. The sort of thing you are foolish to disregard for your petty, mortal moralities. So for now, you will suffer. And I need a reflex save from Lump, Kruka, and Tulak as this burst of flame in this big cylinder pops up right between you all and the Barbazu, and it just it rains down. It's this divine fire rains and plummets down in this cylinder from above you out of nowhere.
He sounds like he's trying so hard to sound calm when he's seething underneath it all.
Yeah.
Can I use a free action on somebody else's turn?
Yeah. Usually, just depends on the action, I guess.
Quick recognition.
What's that do?
I recognize the spell.
Oh, yeah, you can use recognize spell action. Yeah, you can use it basically any time, and whatever the rules behind that are. As soon as you recognize it right away because of normally it's a reaction, but you get it for free, it looks like.
I do, yeah, because I'm a
Yeah.
master in Arcana.
Oh, damn.
So if it's a common spell, second rank or lower, I identify it.
Yeah, it's definitely a higher spell than that.
Okay, so it looks like I'm just making a roll to identify the spell.
Actually, let me just double check.
Is the spell on my spell list? Because then I think I just learn it.
A divine spell. and it
Okay,
is
so
much
it's not
higher
on
than
my
2.
list. Okay, never mind. I can't use a free action then if it's a divine spell.
Okay, reflex saves. What do we get?
30 from Kreka.
Okay,
29 from Lump.
29 from Lump.
Natty 20 for 34.
Oh, okay. Lump, you take 29 fire damage. Krucka, you take half that, so it's going to be rounded down. I'm just going to apply it to you real quick with the button, so that's 14 total. And Tulok is totally fine, and the Barbazu is immune to fire, so no damage. And then Eurevian is going to stride.
Oh, actually, sorry. Reaction. Kreka's going to use Wounded Rage.
Oh, good call.
Hell
Very good
yeah.
call. So Eurevian is going to step back into the room, kind of leaping over the edge of his desk there. It's kind of difficult terrain and awkward, but he's going to do it. He's going to manage to do it anyway, risking any strikes from the Skeletal Giant, though I don't think it has reactive strike.
Does not.
Or you don't get reactions with them anyway, right? We established that. So he gets back into his room in slightly safer quarters. And Krucka, you're up.
Okay. So, Krucka now nice and raged up, and he's just going to go into normal rage, not draconic rage, so as not to deal fire damage. We'll then take a stride 10 feet to the northwest to be to the north of this Barbazu. Not the Barbazu. What's this one called?
Yeah, the Barbazu.
Barbazu, yeah.
Oh, it
Also
is
known
the
as a
Barbazu,
bearded
okay.
devil.
Yes, okay. Then he's just going to give it a smack with the butchering axe.
Smackaroonie.
34 to hit.
That's a big old crit.
Nice.
Make sure you
Good
put your
start.
rage on. You get it
Nice.
on
Hell
you.
yeah.
48 slashing.
Oh, boy. 48 slashing. Beautiful. Not all of it goes through. Oh, the silver is on. It is on. Okay, so plus 5 more damage to that. Okay. Oh, I just healed him 5.
You healed it.
Up to Daisy. There we go. -10. Smash. This thing's like, oh! What else you got?
And then a second attack with the same butchering axe, -5, 27 to hit.
27 hits.
And that'll be 15 further slashing, all silvered up nicely.
Describe your kill.
So he walked into the room and basically he was just excited to hit things. He's like, all this talking came to a head all of a sudden. He's like, oh, Jesus, and just swung at the first thing around him. He's like, okay. As the axe goes through it, he's just kind of like twists his body in the same motion to like glare at Eurevian.
And like this Barbazu was just reaching for the glaive that it had leaned up against the wall, like frantically, just like smash with your axe, and just obliterate him. He crumples to the floor, and the glaive just like topples over on top of him. And it is Ruff's turn.
I guess he'll start with a recall knowledge, because James doesn't remember what we know about devils, and I can't find it in my notes for some stupid reason.
You know, generally but it varies by devil by devil. Realistically, I kind of have 2 DCs here for you because Eurevian is kind of a unique creature, which makes it a high DC. But I can probably give you Phistophilis stats if you roll high enough, but not high enough for Eurevian himself. So it'll be a religion check though, regardless.
Okay. It's not a good one. It's a 29.
Yeah, you don't know anything about Eurevian specifically, but that is enough for Phistophilis. Contract Devil's really good at drafting infernal contracts. Infernal contracts are they offer a reward very much at a cost, and they have like various loopholes and stuff built in there. There's lots of like nitty gritty legal lore built into them. There are spellcasters, but generally spells that sort of help them survive and or alter people's minds and stuff like that to kind of probe them into signing contracts and facilitating them. Otherwise, yeah, you would expect a success. What do we do, Cam? Lowest save, perhaps?
Lowest save, and then a question for the dice.
Okay. In this case, I will tell you that Eurevian's is lowest save is reflex. And then one question you would like.
Weaknesses, please.
Weaknesses, holy. Holy damage. Holy 10.
Okay. That's one action.
Mhm.
With his next two, he will stride and strike out with his longsword at the lawyer here, using slashing
Okay.
to 35 to hit.
Hell yeah.
Crit.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Damn. Rolling like a beast.
That's 26 points of slashing, and that is a cold iron longsword.
Okay. 26 points O slashing. Does not appear to have gone through the whole way. It didn't automate it, but it shouldn't have gone all the way through.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong character sheet. I'm a liar. It all goes through.
Okay. And it is... I don't know if it affects with devils, but it is cold iron.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any extra effect that you can discern. But that's your turn. Lump, what you got?
Lump is going to stride 25 feet forward in front of Tulok between Raphael, and then is going to point at Eurevian and the Hellbound attorney and say, "The wrath of my divine providers will bring your end," and we'll go ahead and cast Divine Wrath.
Oh boy. Okay.
And it is a 20-foot burst. You channel the fury of divinity against your foes. You deal 4d10 spirit damage to enemies in the area, depending on their fortitude
Fuck yeah.
save. So this will not affect the skeletal giant. This will not affect Raphael or
Or
Lump.
himself, yeah. Okay.
I need 2 fortitude saves.
Fortitude save, rolling in. I'll do the attorney first. 25. And Eurevian, natural 1.
Yeah. Suck it.
Oh, yeah.
Suck it, Barn.
Oh boy, here
You
we go.
smug Eurevian bastard.
Oh, God, on 4d10 I rolled a 2, 3, 3, and an 8 for 16.
Oh.
So the Hellbound attorney will take 8, but
Okay.
Eurevian will take 32.
Okay. Oh. Doesn't take 32. It takes 42. It triggered holy. Because it triggered holy because you are sanctified as a cleric under the new rules, I think.
Yep.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
42 damage.
Let's go.
On an AoE spell. That's amazing. All right. Anything else from you?
I strode and 2 action cast. That is my turn.
Next up is the Hellbound attorney. Oh.
Hellbound attorney, more like that's just like a normal lawyer.
And as soon as it becomes her turn, she like kind of reaches under her cloak and like pulls out this like cane that's like strapped to her waist, and then her book's still open. She looks up at Raphael and she's like, "The alleged crimes of one Raphael read as such." And she looks down at her book and just like goes whiter than she already is. She's already like kind of ghost white, but she's just like the blood. What little blood is in her face just gets flooded out, and she's like, and Eurevian's like looking at her, going, "What the fuck you going on about?" And she looks up at Raphael, and she starts to fumble the book. And I'm gonna roll a will save against Raphael's class DC. This is a totally custom thing, by the way. What's your class DC?
24.
Okay. Yeah, she manages to like snap herself back to the situation, but she looks like really like scared of Raphael, and and just sort of like turns around and just in a panic swings the cane at the skeletal giant instead, and is going for a 32 to hit,
That is a hit.
7 bludgeoning, and goes for a second swing. Natural 1. She's like shaking in her boots for some reason. At top of round 2, Tulok. This has gone south for me real quick.
Okay. Okay, so Tulok sustains, and then we'll cast telekinetic projectile, bringing down a stone on this lawyer. And that is going to be
You're stoning the lawyer. Oh, God.
There's a 32 to hit.
That's a crit.
And that is going to be 34 points of bludgeoning damage.
Describe your kill.
She pulls out this cane, turns and tries to attack, and then just a boulder from just directly above her head just caves in on her.
Okay.
I'm a little pissed because I really wanted to use broad swipe with my skeletal giant, but that is okay. So the skeletal giant is going to turn and with its horns try to buck out at Eurevian. 21 to hit.
21 is a miss.
And then with the map strikes out again and misses again.
Yeah, no dice. Okay, and that brings us to Eurevian.
As the lawyer dies, he goes, I hope they have cocaine in hell.
And as the lawyer dies, you can see like the book like flops to the ground, and Ruff, you catch a glimpse of it, and it's like this magical writing in the book, and it reads like the alleged crimes of Raphael, and all of the words just keep changing over and over and over. There's nothing static about the words, and that's what freaked her the fuck out. And
Really appreciate that.
yeah, I wrote that today. I was like, ooh, I got an idea. And Eurevian just goes, you are arrogant, aren't you? And just bamps away. Disappears completely from your sights.
This motherfucker.
Was that arcane?
Let me check. Yep. Arcane and Occult.
I would like to quick recognition with a free action.
Okay.
Cast a spell that you don't have prepared or in your spell repertoire.
Okay.
Trained in the appropriate skill for the spell's tradition. Common spell of second rank or lower. You automatically identify it.
Not that low.
You still roll to attempt to get a critical success.
Okay. It's going to be a DC 23. It's a 4th rank spell.
It's a 28.
Dimension Door.
The highest rank of spell you automatically identify increases to 6 if you're a master. So 6th level and below, I just identify now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess actually, I kind of messed it up too. Is because I used the 5th rank version, so it would have been a DC 28. So you meet it to beat it anyway. So yeah, all
Okay.
above board.
And I believe you mean translocate.
Yeah, and it is translocate. Thank you. Yeah, just kind of bamps out of existence, and you know we used a high level one, so he could go pretty far.
1 mile.
Krucka, you're up.
Krucka, seeing this guy disappear and not liking it too much, is gonna blast a 15-foot cone of cold to his southeast, hoping to hit something.
Okay. Just turns around. Blast. Nothing. You just put frost all over the walls.
Ooh. Watch your step, it's slippery over here. And
Krucka, I don't think he can go out very far. Head out into the hallway. We have to find him.
so, Krucka's gonna take a 25-foot stride down the hallway to the east, right through the shimmering door.
Yeah, and you walk through and you see Eurevian standing right in the center of the foot of the gauntlet, that circular chamber in the middle of all this, standing there looking smug.
He'll call back. He's in here.
All right, Ruff, you're up.
He'll stride once to start with to follow Krucka. And then I guess he'll stride a second time. There's not much else he can do.
You see you're even standing there. You're now past the threshold of the door again.
He'll just go a third time.
Okay, it gets right up in Eurevian's goodies. Hello there, little one.
Chin scratch.
Lump, what are you up to?
Striding 3 times for 75 feet, ending up right behind Raphael.
Okay,
Glowering at Eurevian. And that's my turn.
that's your turn. All right.
Sure do love being in a straight line all lined up here.
Top of the order is Tulok.
Tulok will translocate as well
Okay.
into the room 30 feet to the other.
What level are you casting it at?
I am casting it at 4th level.
So it has to be, I believe, a place you can see. So you're going to have to move first,
Okay.
stride once through the door, and then...
Okay, I will stride through and then I will translocate to 30 feet away from him on the other side.
Okay.
It's not letting me...
That's the crumbled ruins.
Yeah,
from
you can't go that
RPG.
far.
Okay.
So the crumbled ruins over there. It's blocked off.
Okay, that's fine. He'll just go as far as he can up to the crumbled ruins. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's my
All
turn.
right. That brings us to Eurevian, who is going to... He has this, like, quill in his hand. He says, "Come, little one, come!" And he just, like, jabs it out at you at this incredible reach. You see it, like, extending really far. And he's going to strike out at you, Ruff, for 32 to hit.
What kind of action is this? Just a melee attack?
This is a melee attack, yeah.
Yeah, 32 hits.
Okay, you're going to take 20 damage, some of which is spirit damage, in case it matters.
It does not.
And you also are now suddenly bleeding as this quill, like, gouges into you. You're going to take 2d6 bleed. And it is, of course, an infernal wound. So its flat check is much worse than the usual. So it's going to be a 20 flat check, just like the Barbazus. And then he is going to... Yeah, he's going to go ahead and cast another spell. So now's your chance. Manipulate.
Reactive strike.
Yep, go for it.
Come on, baby.
It's a 21 to hit with Cold Iron Longsword.
Well, that's a miss.
I'll use a hero point.
Yeah, let's go.
That's a 1 on the die for a 19. That's a critical fail.
And he dimension doors again away towards the north, right up to the force wall barrier. Just disappears with his translocation magic. You just hear him cackling. Do you not realize that you cannot pass this without me? How quick you are to judge, how quick you are to decide what is best for your situation, for your position, for your station. Come towards me, and you will die. Krucka.
Krucka, liking those odds, activates the Bracelet of Dashing.
Oh shit! He didn't sell them.
By the way, the skeletal giant is no more because you didn't sustain.
Yep. The skeletal giant collapses as I translocate from the room.
Under the rug. The rug's still on top. Just now it looks like he's trying to hide.
And take a stride 70 feet.
Okay. So Krucka gets up into to the northern hallway, not quite into the big chamber where you fought all the Grothlets and the Barbazu, but gaining in on him. Raphael, what do you get?
First action is a stride, and then he's going to begin to glow with that light blue Shaika energy as he does a little maneuver called reversing charge.
Okay.
He strides 30 feet and makes a strike. It's a 26 to hit.
That's a miss.
Okay. And then he immediately rewinds back into the position that he was at.
Ooh.
Love it.
Just zips up and back again. So cool.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's your turn.
That's it. Yep.
Okay, Lump. Oh, sorry. You take 9 bleeding damage. Roll me a recovery check.
Okay. If that is the case, Freeman, real quick, if somebody is healed to full, will that stop it or no?
Stop the bleeding?
Yes.
I don't think that's the case. I can't remember the heal to full rules. You can administer first aid to reduce the flat check down to a normal one, though.
A 15,
Yeah.
yeah. Got it. Lump is going to move forward 25 feet, see Revian further forward, and is going to move another 50 feet, or 45 feet rather, to get up into his goodies.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
That's your turn. Okay. Round 4, Tulok.
Tulok will burn another translocate and move deep into the room, now seeing what is in front of him, and will cast guidance upon Lump.
Okay. Amazing. Eurevian's still cackling. Welcome to your destruction. And he waves his hands into the air of his quill, like float, like waving around in one of them. And he casts a spell. Do you have Reactive Strike, Lump? Nope. He casts a spell, and this shimmering wall of force appears across the middle of the room, extending all the way across. Just, you're in here with me now, cleric. Now, wicked little sorcerer. It is you versus me, and one of you will die. Krucka, you're up.
So there's a wall of force
You
in
can't
my way
see.
now?
You see this flash, and then nothing. There's nothing there. You just see this line across the room, and it disappears, gone.
Krucka would like to send a 1-action Ring of the Ram at Eurevian.
Okay.
Fortitude save, please.
Ring of the Ram. I think it's going to block it, yeah. I'm just
Okay.
going to double check the rules here. Yeah, and the ram just like shoots out and goes, bounces off this invisible force that's there.
Damn. Don't really know what to do with that. So, probably should have just delayed, but that's too late now. So I guess he's just gonna stride up as close as he can and strike it.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
You can run up to there where you saw the line and go ahead and strike.
Rah! 32 to hit. 21 slashing.
Okay, you just like smash down it. It's like bong, and you just see this flash of force, and it appears to have no effect whatsoever.
Got the vibrations running up his elbows and
Yeah.
shit.
Just, God, that hurts. That's your turn,
That's a turn.
Raphael. What do you got?
Can you just ping on the map where the wall is? Is it directly in front of Krucka?
It's straight across, right in front of Kruga.
Okay, so his first action will be to stride. This may not work, and you tell me if it doesn't. But with the second action, he wants to cast a focus spell called Dimensional Assault.
Okay.
Oh, get him.
And
So,
he'll
what is
land
it?
right next to Lump. So the range is half my speed, and he tumbles through space, making a dimensional hop to better position yourself for an attack.
Holy shit.
Have to teleport to any square in range of a creature, and then I make a melee strike.
It works.
Okay, so here comes that free melee strike. Sorry, Krucka! That's a 37 to hit.
Whoa, that hits. Damn.
20 points slashing.
Okay. Not all of it goes through, but
Yeah.
good hit. That's a single action teleport and strike. That's crazy.
Yeah, right?
Laughing Shadows, no joke.
Yeah, Laughing Shadow's a real bitch. For the listeners who haven't figured it out, Raphael is a Magus.
Mm-hmm.
And then with his last action, he will... I think he's just going to strike again. It's a 32 to hit.
That hits.
That is 19 points of slashing.
Oh. Okay. Good hit. That's you.
That's 3. Yep.
Lump. What do you got? Oh, Ruff, you took 6 bleeding damage.
Lump will delay.
Lump's delaying. Tulok.
Tulok turns to Eurevian.
Natural 20 on the recovery check.
Oh, yeah.
Got it. Oh, damn. Suddenly there's a look of, uncertainty in Eurevian's eye.
Tulok turns to Eurevian and says, "On this plane, you will die," and is going to intimidate to attempt to demoralize. 25. Fucking terrible roll. I'm gonna re-roll that. Oh my god, even worse. 23. Fuck.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
No dice.
that is okay. I will cast haste on Lump.
Okay, haste on Lump.
No. Cast it on rough.
Okay,
Cast it on
I
rough.
cast on rough.
You cast haste on the Time Wizard.
Yeah. Every time.
no.
Time wizard.
Okay, Eurevian's up.
Oh wait, no, I'm stepping back.
Oh,
in.
you're stepping back in, you bastard.
Yep. Your blood will paint these walls, and I'm going to attempt to demoralize Eurevian
Okay.
first.
You're going for it too.
And go ahead and that is a 23.
Nope.
Terrible roll.
Yep.
I am gonna hero point that.
Okay, doing everything you can to intimidate
why
this
not?
guy.
I really want this spell to land at 28.
No.
Okay, well, it is what it is. Hopefully,
Yeah.
and I cast Blood Spray Curse.
Okay. Classic Lump move. What do you need from me? Fortitude?
Fortitude save, please.
22.
That is a failure for 1 minute. The first time each round that the target takes at least 10 piercing or slashing damage from a single strike, it takes 2d6 additional damage of the same type.
Oh.
Since you failed as a success, it does the same, or as a success, but when it takes the additional damage, it also takes 2d6 bleed.
Oh, okay. So it's going to take 46.
Well, no, yeah.
It's
yeah,
not
effectively.
persistent bleed, yeah. But it's amazing. Okay.
Oh no, it is persistent bleed.
Doesn't say here.
The additional damage increases by 1d6, and the persistent bleed damage increases by 1d6
Oh,
on heightened.
shit.
So it is persistent.
Okay. God damn it. That's rough.
That is my turn.
Okay, Eurevian is up. Eurevian is going to slash out at Raphael again with the diabolical quill in his hand. It's going to be a 34 to hit.
That's a hit.
All right, you're going to take 23 damage, and you are bleeding again. It's going to whip around and try and do the same to Lump. 31 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, you're going to take 18 damage and also 2d6 bleed. And then Eurevian is going to step away. Krucka, on the other side of the wall. Can you do anything? Oh, you're
Yeah, a delay, buddy.
Good call.
going to delay? Okay. Rough. Wait, when does Eurevian take this bleed damage? Is it now or after he's hit?
If Raphael does 10 points of damage or more after resistances,
Okay. He'll start
then
taking it.
it will be, yeah, and then the bleed happens.
All right. What do you got, Rough?
Rough will delay.
Okay. Rough delays. 2 luck. Oh, Rough, you take 3 persistent damage. Or bleed damage.
Tulok is going to attempt to intimidate him again. You think that? Oh no, I can't. I
It's
can't.
a 10-minute cooldown.
It's a 17 on the recovery check, so he's good.
Oh, it should have been a DC 20. Anyway, continue.
Tulok is going to cast Fear.
Okay.
We'll just see what happens here, because I believe this has the that trait I don't like. Okay. Roll a will save.
Will save. 29.
Damn it, you just passed. So you are frightened 1.
Okay.
And then Tulok is going to cast Guidance on Raphael. Come, Raphael. We can bring this creature down.
Oh, no. Okay. Put guidance in the chat for me. All right. Lump.
Lump is going to stride 10 feet to the northwest to flank. And then just to make it extra mean and spicy, is going to go ahead and try to trip.
Oh man.
That is a natural 20 for a 39.
No way.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. The time is now.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, I don't think it goes through because of resistance, but it's still fucking fun.
Okay.
So,
Prone. Yeah, normally it takes what, like 1d6 bludgeoning? Yeah, it doesn't go through though, but he just fucking slips
Yeah.
down. Scrolls are flying all over the place. The contracts and
Yeah,
stuff.
Lump just comes up behind Eurevium and just slams the corner of the shield straight into the back of his knee.
Oh.
Looks at Raphael and gives the nod.
And Ruff, you enter the order.
If that's all 3 of Lump's actions,
That is technically just the first two. You're right.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and throw in a map -5 strike
yeah.
for the fuck of it. 20, so no.
No. Rough, what do you got? Oh, Lump, you're going to take Persistent Bleed to 11.
Okay.
Then with his next two actions, he's going to do his class feat, and that is a spell strike. So he channels a punch into a sword or a thrust to cast a spell that takes 1 or 2 actions. In this particular instance, he's going to be using Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Just a cantrip, no big deal. So he steps up behind Eurevian, waves his free hand over the blade of the longsword, and this rhyme forms on all of the points as he makes an attack roll.
You have guidance.
That is a 35 to hit. 36 to hit.
Tell me it's a crit, baby.
Right now, it's a crit, yeah.
Yes!
Right now is a straight up crit. It is a meat to beat for a crit. Because -1 from the frightened, -2 from the off guard.
That is 26 points of slashing.
Okay. Not all of it goes through.
And do you double cold damage? Would I double crit on this? For,
You double
Oh, yeah, you
all
double
of it.
all
that'll
of
be
it.
30 points of cold damage from the cantrip.
James, go ahead and roll another 2d6 and then 2d6 bleed.
Yep. Because of the blood spray curse. So 2d6 more.
5.
That's going to be what added on top of his strike. Is that right?
On top of the
So
on
it's
top
gonna
of the
count,
16,
yep.
so it'll be 21.
And then bleed.
Will be at the end of
Okay,
its turn.
2d6 bleed. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And don't forget you're hasted.
He is looking rough. Yeah, and you are hasted.
It has to be a stride or a strike for haste,
Yep.
right? Okay, so since he took a step, he will use another strike and a map -10, I guess, realistically.
Yep.
Yeah, stride and strike, so that's pretty much all I can do unless I want to walk away, and I do not. That's a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Yes!
18 points of slashing.
18 points of slashing. Okay, you get a little bit more in, and he's looking real rough. Real rough. That's all your actions?
Yeah, that's 4. Yep.
You take 9 bleed.
Okay. He's getting real low. That's a 7 on the recovery check. So nope.
Yeah. And Eurevian is going to try to stand up. So, reactive strike.
You bet. You would do better to stay down, Mr. Eurevian. You are beaten. That's a natural 20 for a 30.
Oh my god, yes. Come on, baby, let's go. Put this fucker down.
34 points of slashing.
Shit!
Not only do you disrupt his standing up, but describe your motherfucking kill.
Yeah.
He puts he points the blade down at him, and ushers that warning. And as Eurevian dodges to go around, he just draws the tip of the blade across his throat.
Shit.
Just slaughtering the Vistophilis, the contract devil.
You're such a badass.
And just as you do, there's this shimmering wave of the force leading to this floor below. Just this red wall of force just starts to dissipate, and you can see the wall that Kruka's swinging an axe at fruitlessly. He just suddenly stumbles through because that disappears, and you have defeated the devils of level 7.
Let's go.
And that is the end of book 2.
Hey,
And that's what we're gonna call it.
level up.
Oh, shit.
We're one step away from level up. We just got to get to the next level.
Freeman will never let us level up again.
Ooh, baby. Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.